Hello, this lesson is going to give you some hints about problem solving. I've got 3 hints for you today, and then we've got some problems that we're going to solve together, and you can practice using the skills. So step number 1, or hint number 1, look at the language in the problem. Look for key words that tell you what operation to use. Today we're just considering addition and subtraction. So I've got some group of words here that you'll come across that are common in problems, and we're going to just put them according to their headings: add or subtract. So take away you will have heard before, and that means subtract. Minus is also in the correct place there, that also means subtract. And less than also means subtract. So if you see take away, minus or less than, that means you should use subtraction. If you want to add, you might have questions that say how much do they have all together. So if you see that word, that's a signal, that means you need to add. And sometimes they might ask you how many more than. This can be a tricky one because sometimes the best way to work out more than is to subtract. So I'm going to stick that one in the middle. So you can see that there's a lot more words you can use for subtraction. And there'll be other words that aren't on this page that you might come across as well. So you've worked out what you have to do, and then you do the calculation. Some problems only take 1 step to solve, and others might take 2 steps or even more as you get older. But we're going to be looking at 1-step and 2-step problems today. And then finally, now this might sound really obvious, but you need to check that you've answered the question. It's really frustrating when you've done all that fabulous calculating and then realised, actually, I haven't answered what was asked. So it might sound obvious, but it's really important. All right, here's a problem. David saved $935. Michael saved $248 less than David. How much money did Michael save? Now, you might notice that there's one of those key words there. And here it is, less than. So that tells me that I have to subtract. So I've worked out the subtraction already, and I've hidden it under here. So this might be something you want to do if you want to actually calculate it yourself. You could pause the video and check that for yourself. Otherwise, since it's the first one, we can just keep going. So 935 take away 248 gives me 687. To finish it off, you'd need to say $687. Or Michael saved $687 because I've checked that I've actually answered the question that I've been asked. Okay, number 2. Mr. Winston sold 654 ice cream cones last weekend. He sold 275 ice cream cones this weekend. How many ice cream cones did he sell altogether? Can you spot that key word that tells us what we have to do? Hopefully you have, and here it is. It's this one here that says altogether. And altogether, as you recall, means you need to add. Once again, if you'd like to stop the video and work it out for yourself and then come back and check, do that. Otherwise, here it is. If I unveil here, 654 plus 275 gives me 929. So again, you'd need to say 929 ice cream cones sold or something like that to show that you've actually answered the question. Both of these problems so far have been 1-step problems. It's just taken 1 step or 1 calculation to get to the answer. Here we go. Trevor has a giant baseball card collection. He had 112 doubles, so he gave those to his brother. Now Trevor has 795 cards. How many baseball cards did Trevor have at first? Now this one's a little bit interesting because it doesn't use any of those keywords that we considered before. But here you can see it says how many did he have at first. So that tells me that I'm going to have to do something with these 2 numbers. He has this many now, and he gave away this many. So I'm going to have to add them together to get the answer. Hopefully you worked that out. Once again, if you'd like to pause the video and work it out for yourself and come back and check, you can do that. You should do that. Here we go. The big unveiling, if I can get the right button. Oh, it's not working. There we go. 795 plus the 112 he gave away leaves 907. So at first, Trevor had 907 cards. Obviously, it has to be a bigger number because it has to consider the ones that he gave away. And this, again, is a one-step problem. Two more. I'll show you this one, and the next one you do need to work out by yourself. Lara and Casey have 213 stickers altogether, so that tells me there's sort of an addition going on there. Casey and Amy have 162 stickers altogether, and I notice Casey's name's come up twice there. Amy has 94 stickers. How many stickers does Lara have? Well, at first it seems confusing, but then if you break it down, it's not too bad. You can see by the size of this box, it's bigger than the other boxes, so that gives us a clue that it's going to be a two-step problem. First of all, I have to use the information that I do know to work out information that I don't know, which is going to give me the answer to the question. So if I know that Amy has 94 stickers and Casey and Amy have 162 stickers altogether, I can use that to work out how many stickers Casey has. So here we go. Step 1, 162, which is this total from Casey and Amy, take away the number that Amy has, and that will tell me, sorry, I've moved that and it's ruined my lines. That will tell me that Casey has 68 stickers. Okay? Then my step 2, I now know that Casey has 68, so I can use that information to work out how many Lara has. So again, it's going to be take away. So step 2 is the number of stickers that Lara and Casey have minus the number that Casey has, which I worked out up here, and that tells me that Lara has 145 stickers. If you're not sure about that, you can pause, rewind, watch it again, listen to the explanation again, if that would help you. Okay, next one is the last problem. I want you to have a go at working it out by yourself. I think you should pause the video now and think about it. How do you do it? And then turn it back on and come back and see if you were right or not. So pause the video now. All right, welcome back. I'm going to read it to you. Zachary has 135 marbles. He gave 27 marbles to his friend Marcus. Now they have the same number of marbles. How many marbles did Marcus have at first? It's interesting, there's that phrase again. You can see, hopefully, this clue that it's a two-step problem. Again, I have to use the information that I do have to work out what I don't know. So I'm going to start with the number of marbles that Zachary had, and then he gave away 27, so that tells me how many he's got left. Now, according to this information, now they have the same number of marbles. That means Zachary and Marcus both have 108 marbles now. And the question says, how many marbles did Marcus have at first? So now he has 108, but how many did he have before? So step 2 is we start with the number of marbles he has now, and we take away the 27 here that he was given by his friend Zach, and that tells us how many marbles he himself started with, which is 81. Well, hopefully you got that correct. Notice I haven't shown you how to do the subtractions in this example because I'm just teaching you the operations and how to think about the problems. Good luck. Go and try some on your own.